Have I? I don't think I have. I think I'm good. Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me? Am I still able to be heard? I'm good? Alright, awesome. Okay, so let's without further ado, let's get into this. So, we've got our starting scene, right? We see May, and I think she's I have a picture in my head. Um, she's standing on the edge of her boat. Her longer blonde hair is tied back, um, with the sides shaved, and the top part is tied back like down her head. She has her bow across her back. Um, she has a hatchet at her hip, and a quiver of arrows over her shoulder. Um, she, I think she's probably kind of tall, athletic, like most art, like historically archers. She has quite a almost like a very athletic upper body. Um, Obviously, if you're an archer, that's what you are. Archers are generally quite muscular, especially in the upper body, because they're pulling back the bow. Um, and then to her left is Mira, and Mira is she's seated beside us. She has on her regular like padded hide armor, the same that I do. Um, she has her spear and her shield. I think she's probably holding the spear, and I think the shield is probably on her back, with her pack. Um, and she, I haven't really thought of a description for Mira. I think maybe she's shorter, and I think she has a scar somewhat across her face. I think she's been hurt in a fight at some point. She and then we're both we on both of our armor, on both our kind of almost faded padded armor. There's a sigil, and the sigil is probably about here on our armor. And I think for me, it's kind of covered partially by the strap, like the bowstring, um, but we can see it, and the symbol I think is of a, I don't know. I'm trying to think what would be the I need an idea for like a symbol. Maybe one of these actually might be good. I need an idea for a symbol that would show magic, right? Like our whole idea is that our group, our faction, hunt and eliminate those signs showing sickness. And I think that, depending on who you ask, extends out to those exhibiting signs of using magic. I think as well. A bleeding star, yeah, sick. Yeah, awesome. So we have this sigil, almost like it looks like it's been like burnt into the padded leather of our armor, of this star, this bleeding star. Um, and we're both on a boat, on this small little boat, that definitely looks like it shouldn't be this far out to sea. It's got like a small sail, and we are in the midst of a storm. The boat is being thrown to, and like is being tossed about by the waves. I May is reaching back, and she's got the rudder of the boat, and she's trying to force it around into the waves so that one doesn't hit us and then we capsize. But this is clearly a losing battle. Mira has a bucket and she's bailing out as quick as she can. And I think we kind of the sound of the roaring waves deafens out any sound. And then I think the picture doesn't really change, but the sound of the background waves, the roar of the ocean, dims, and we hear May cursing the dead gods. She's she names a handful of them. Let's get a name. Let's get a name for a god. Who is May? I need a god of the ocean. Name for the god of the ocean that May is cursing. I don't think there's anything in the oracles, but I guess we can just roll a name from here, right? So let's go down to the oracles. Where are we? Other names. Let's roll on here and we'll pick one for the name of the god of the ocean. D100. So 68. So the god of the ocean can Jaren, god of the waves. I'll add that to the world document so we have it. I'll just put I guess beneath here. Let's put notes. One gods even. Jaran. I like the idea. Maybe not god of the ocean, but like god of storms. And we hear as the sound of the background like fades. We hear May, and she's cursing. She's screaming to the sky, cursing the name of Jiran, telling him that, or cursing that it is good. I think we hear her say, "It is good you're dead, for if you weren't, I would find you. I would find you and I would kill you myself." And there's a moment where she kind of looks around, and she realizes that she heard that, right? We see the moment of realization that she'd been able to hear her own voice, which is the first time since the storm had picked up. And we look around and the camera kind of pans out and we see the storm raging around us, but the boat that we're in is sitting in this small little pocket of calm water. And we hear Mira. She turns and she says, May, what the fuck is that? Am I seeing this or? And May turns and we see this spectral glowing image of a woman. And she smiles and says, I am real enough. I can save you from the storm. And what was the wording? For a price. And May looks at her and says, what price? What price do you demand? And I think chat, I'm gonna ask you, do you have any ideas? What price is this spectral maiden demanding that I give her in order to save us from this storm. Hey, Casa, how you doing, man? Rugged coast. I think it describes me well, honestly. I think the rugged coast described me well. Let's have a look. Maybe there's an oracle we can roll for this even. Why, thank you. I enjoy it too. The Iron Price. So she's demanding I kill someone for her. Okay. Okay. Sure. So she says someone's. Oh. Okay. She says I can save you from this storm. But if I do, there is someone I would need dead. Or there are someones I need dead. You see, they are the ones who killed me, cast me into the ocean, called me witch. And I think we see, so there's May who's facing and talking to this spectral woman, and then behind the woman we see Mira, and we see like Mira's like almost look of disgust when she mentions witch, and May raises her hand, and she says, tell me where these people are, who they are, and if you rescue us from this storm, I will see them dead. And the woman smiles. She says, will you swear a vow for it? So let's look at the move. Let's look at the move, swearing a vow. So there should be a. Where is it? Combat, suffer, quest, swear an iron vow. All right. So when you swear an iron, you swear upon iron. So I think I reach over my shoulder, and I pull one of my arrows from its sheath, and I grasp the iron. I grasp the iron arrowhead. I roll. Write your vow and give it a rank. Okay, so our vow, what we are saying we will do, is I don't think this inciting incident is actually a vow we sworn. I think this is the vow for the inciting incident. So it's I think our vow that we're swearing is to take vengeance. I don't know, vengeance doesn't really work. To avenge, even. To avenge the maiden who saved us from the storm. And I say, so I grasp the iron arrowhead, and I say, I swear by iron to find and kill those who have wronged you, those you wish dead. And she smiles, and I think like the scene blacks out, and we awaken. The scene comes back, and we awaken, and we're wrecked upon the shore. I think we see our boat, our small little boat, shattered into splintered wood along the coast. We see Mira and May sprawled across the beach, and she May pushes herself up and looks around and says, "Sea hag, save us from the sea," she says. Ugh. And we go over, we check Mira, and she's alive, but not conscious. She's still out of it. And I think we look up and we take in our surroundings, and we see a small village nestled on the edge of the coast. And I think we know that this is the place. This is the place that the Maiden of the Seas wished us to take revenge upon. So let's have a look. What can we do here? Adventure moves. So we can try and secure an advantage, gather information. Go to a community. Ask a person with whom you share a bond. Add +1. Nope. On a strong hit, you discover something helpful and specific. Okay, all right. So I need to try and find. I think that the next step here is relatively clear. I need to find which people in this town caused the maiden's death. And I think this is only like a dangerous vow as well. I forgot to mark that before. So let's find out. Let's find out how we do. So we're gonna head to the town, and we're gonna see if we can find out more information. So let's roll. Let's roll. So when you assess a situation, make preparations, or attempt to gain. No, sorry. When you search an area, ask questions, conduct an investigation, or follow a track, roll +wits. If you act within a community or ask questions of a person with whom you share a bond, add +1. We don't. So we're gonna roll wits and see how we do. We don't have any modifiers. We don't share a bond or anything. This is us just trying to find out what we can find. Let's see. All right. Aw, thank you, Casa. Welcome. The beard. It's definitely all the beard. Don't worry. So, we rolled a 5 on our action die. So we rolled a d6 +2, and we got a 5. And our 2 challenge die are a 3 and a 5. So let's go back. Let's go to the rules reference here, and let's remind ourselves how this game works. I'm gonna have to move myself again slightly so we can still read that. So the action roll. So when you do something or encounter a situation within the scope of a move, so this is the move of acquiring information. Follow the instructions and see what happens. So it said roll +wits, which is what we've done. And we've done the action roll. So roll your action die, d6 plus any modifiers. So we've done this. So we've rolled our 5 here, which we rolled a 3, and we have 2 wits. So 3 plus 2 is 5. And then we roll 2d10, which is our challenge die, which is, I guess, how difficult the roll was. So we would get a strong hit if the action score, so the d6 plus modifiers, is greater than both challenge die. Which in our case it's not, right? We rolled a 5 for our action die, and we rolled a 3 and a 5. So 5 isn't greater than 5, so it's not that. A weak hit is the action score is greater than one of the challenge die. 5 is greater than 3. Almost said that the wrong way around. So we've scored a weak hit on this move. And it tells us here, so gather information. On a weak hit, the information complicates your quest or introduces a new danger. Envision what you discover, ask the oracle if unsure, and take +1 momentum. Okay, so let's put our momentum up to 3, and we discover something, right? But it's not going to make things easy for us. Okay, so I think we see May, bow strung across her back, armor and weapons about her, um, walk towards this town, and I think we see uh, the varied townsmen and township doing their jobs and walking around and doing what they see, and I think we ask around, we subtly ask around, about, we had heard rumors of a witch, and I think what we say, so we approach someone in particular, and the conversation kind of goes as such. They say, "What are you doing here? What do you want, stranger? We don't take kindly to your folk." And May shifts, and she shifts to a point where the emblem, the bleeding star on her armor, is exposed. Um, and she kind of looks down at it and looks up. She says, "Do you know who we are? What do we do?" And I don't think this person we're speaking to has, but I think another person walking by um, sees it and steps up and says, let's get a name for the first person we're talking to. So let's give us a 1d100. Actually, we can. Oop, we should just be able to do this, right? Sip. Call a sip. So the we turn. Mark. Okay, Mark. Let's do Mark. Mark's fine. So I'm not calling him. I'm not gonna call this gentleman Bob Bobson, son of Bob. That's for a much more important character than this lowlife. Um, so the uh, person in question steps through, and she says, "Mark, do you not know who you're talking to? This person, they hunt witches, eliminate the plague." And Mark looks up at us with newfound admiration in his eyes, and we say, "Exactly right. I heard that a witch was killed here, tried and killed. I wanted to speak to those responsible so I can ascertain the truth of the matter. It is what we do after all." And Mark nods. I'm a little bit dumbfounded. He nods. He says, "Of course. Of course. Well, it's the mayor you'd want to speak to. Or I guess so the leadership in our towns are healers, right? So I guess you wouldn't say mayor. I guess it'd be, well, it's the sage you'd want to speak to. He was the one who found the witch and brought her to trial, convicted her, and we did what we had to." And yeah, okay. So I think yeah, Mira says, "Fine, fine. Show me to your sage, your healer. I would like to speak with them." And we're led through the town to probably the only building in town that's like made of stone. Right? I imagine the rest of this town is all kind of like thrown together. It's made of like driftwood and like lean-tos and tents and stuff. Like it's a very like use what you find kind of place. But this one town, it's this one house is made of stone. Like you see the stone foundations, and it's a lot better put together. It's pretty obvious that whoever lives here is important. Um, and I walk in. May walks in, and she says, and I think she's probably greeted by the sage, Because I don't think, even though this place is like pretty put together and looks a lot nicer than the other houses, I think it's still pretty small. It's probably only 1 or 2 rooms. So he steps forward and with a smile says, "Who can we? I welcome you to our small village. Who do you say you are?" And he looks to Mark and Sib. And I smile. I say, I am May, a hunter. He nods. He says, "Ah, I have heard of your kind's exploits. The hunters are well renowned for the good works they do." And then smile and say, "I heard you put down a witch recently. That you did some of your own good works. I would like to ascertain the facts of the situation." And I think we should probably roll another gather information roll here. So I think first of all, we found out. So we've reached a milestone, right? We made significant progress in our quest by acquiring information about who did this. So let's mark some progress. So I think this is, what did we say? This was dangerous. So we're marking 2 progress in our first little avenge the maiden. So 2 progress is 2 whole boxes. So we've cleared those 2 boxes, and we are now closer than ever to avenging the witch. Well, avenging the maiden of the sea. Okay. And I think, yeah, let's make another gather information roll, I think. So we're rolling wits again, and let's see how we go. Oh, okay. So we make another weak hit. So we rolled as good as we could, but so did that action die, unfortunately. Okay, so we mark 1 more momentum, so we're up to 4 momentum, and we find the information, but there's a complication, and I think in this situation, I think the complication is that he kicks us out, right? So we ask and we follow up, and we start asking questions that are a little bit too pointed. And I think we maybe clue him off to the fact that we're maybe not looking for him to congratulate him on his efforts. There may be another reason why we are asking these questions. So I think, I think we ask, and he we ask a series of questions, and at the end he gets more and more angry and aggressive, to the point where he turns to Mark and Sibylla and says, "Get her out of here. She is banished from this town, and if you see her, summon the militia. She does not come back." And I hold up my hands, and I say, "I meant no offense. I will leave. I don't need your lackeys to do it for me." And I turn and walk from the town. Okay. So let me think. What's our So we figured out that this town, and more explicitly the mayor, is responsible for the deaths. And I think, I'm not really sure who like I don't really know what our next move is from here. What we need to do, right? We need to figure out a way of dealing with this town once and for all, right? We've found out that the mayor, and I think probably a weak hit on that second gather information roll told us which other members of the town were responsible, and I think for the most part it's all of them, right? They all doomed this woman. So let me first of all, just so we've got it, let's give this place a name. Let's roll 2d100s. Let's figure out what we're dealing with here. So we have a 56, which is Morn. Sounds about right. Scroll down. Morn, and what's the other one? 66? Mornland. Okay. So this is the town responsible for the death of the Maiden of the Seas. Okay, awesome. So let's place this in the world. So it's somewhere on the rugged coast. I'm thinking this is number 4. I'm thinking it's probably down. I want to look for like a stretch of coast that could have a beach on it. So all of this looks like, I was gonna say all of this looks really rugged. Really, Liam. Maybe here actually. That looks right there. That could be like a bay, and we have this little town on the edge of the coast there. I like that. All right. Okay. So we now need to figure out a way of avenging ourselves upon this town. I don't think. I mean, honestly, we can probably do this alone, right? I mean, with Mira, we're trained warriors. We've fought countless enemies in our time, killed mystics and frauds and sick, and all of those people who are definitely able to defend themselves properly. But we think we're pretty tough. So I'm thinking maybe we just fucking go at these people, right? Like we'll come back at night. We'll come back when it's dark, when they're sleeping. And I think we just torch the place like this. So like, to us, right? We've done this sort of shit before. We've eliminated villages before because they've shown signs of the plague. This isn't a new thing for us. And I think that this Maiden of the Sea has shown her power to us, right? She becalmed the ocean around us. We know that she is powerful. We know that she can probably, if we don't live up to our, and we've sworn a vow, right? We have to do it. We swore an iron vow. Yeah, I mean, I can't think of any other way of avenging ourselves upon this township. Okay, sure. So I think I head back to the coast where I left Mira. And as I approach, I say, Mira, the town up there shows signs of infection, of the plague. We must do what we must do. And she nods. She accepts my word on this. This isn't a new thing we've done by any means. We've had to do this before, and it's for the greater good, right? Like whether it actually is or not, we we definitely believe we're doing this for the greater good, to save the greater whole. Okay. So let me have a look at. Let me see if there's anything here that would help us. I think maybe we want to rest first, right? Roll supply. Not that we really need to, actually. Like, that's mechanically, we don't need to do that because I'm pretty sure all of our tracks are full. Yeah, they are. So mechanically, we don't really need to. Undertake a journey, reach a destination, heal. Sojourn, test your bond. Aid an ally. Draw the circle. Oh, okay. Okay, so that's draw the circle when you challenge someone to a formal duel. Hey, maybe that's what we do. Maybe that's how we get this guy. But then we start to deal with his accomplices. But I think once we've dealt with this dude, okay, all right. I mean that's a play. So this is all right. Yeah, I like that actually. So we're not really that good in close quarters combat, right? So, or do we just try and actually? You know what? No. I know what we're gonna do here. We're just gonna execute this dude. We're gonna wait for him to set out. We're gonna wait for him to leave the house, and we'll be ready with our longbow, and we're just gonna pop him off. First guy dead, and I think we just kind of go at the town from there. Okay, cool. So let's try and set this up. So I think first, what we're trying to do first is to secure an advantage. So we're gonna assess the situation, make preparations, or attempt to gain leverage. Envision your action and roll. If you act with speed, blah blah. On a strong hit, you gain advantage. On a weak hit, your advantage is short-lived. Or if you fail, all right, let's do it. Let's try and yeah. So what my plan is, I'll put out my plan first of all. So the game plan here is that we wait for the mayor, because it seems like everyone in the town defers to this healer, the sage, the leader of the town. So my hope, right, is that I want to try and actually that's even better. So I want to try and find someone in the town who could replace this person, someone who wasn't involved in the the murdering of this maiden. So I'm gonna try and sneak back into this town, even though we've been kicked out, to try and find someone who will help us. Right, someone not involved, who we're not gonna have to kill, who can take over leadership of this town once we've killed the sage, and see how we go. So I think we're facing danger. So I think when you attempt something risky or react to an imminent threat, I can't see any other role here that's going to help. So I think we're facing danger. We're going to try and sneak into this town. So the play here, we're going to try and sneak into the town, and then we're going to try and sneak into the town, find someone who wasn't involved, convince them to become the new sage once we eliminate this sage, and convince them that if those who caused the death of the maiden aren't brought to justice, that the sea will swallow them whole. If we can do that, then we just need to execute the mayor and execute the sage, and the new sage, the new leader, will do the rest in order to protect the town. And then we're getting out of here. All right. I like it. So, first things first. Let's face danger to sneak our way back into this. Just sneak our way back into this town without the militia seeing us. And I think, I think I turn to Mira and I say, "Await for me on the edge of town. If you hear a commotion, I will need your help. Come then. You'll know." And I think she's gonna wait off scene and charge in to aid us if we get screwed. All right, let's roll. Let's roll to face danger. So I think we're definitely with speed, agility, or precision. So let's roll plus edge for trying to sneak into this town. No modifiers. Okay. So we get a weak hit because we beat the 1, but we don't beat the 5. So on a weak hit, you succeed, but faced a troublesome cost. You are delayed, lose advantage, or suffer a new danger, suffer -1 momentum. You are tired or hurt, endure 1 harm, or you are dispirited or afraid. Or I sacrifice resources. Okay, I think we have to, like, we're sneaking in, and we're making our way through, but I think we get, I think someone like comes across us, and we have to hide, and they're about to find us, and we have to do something to stop them from finding us. So I think we draw an arrow, we quietly notch it to our bow, and we aim at a lantern across the street, and we fire. And the arrow hits the lantern, it explodes into a burst of flame, and the person who is about to discover us turn to see what that was. So I think we suffer losing a supply. So we're down to 4 supply. Okay. So we make it into the town. And I think we want to try and disguise ourselves now we're here, because people would have their like washing and stuff around. So now we actually have an ability to try and hide ourselves. So we have an asset. We have an asset called Pretender. So we're gonna use that here. So when we establish a false identity, roll plus shadow. On a strong hit, you may add +2 when you make moves using this identity to deceive or influence others. Cool. So let's roll. So we need to roll plus shadow. Cool. Let's do it. To see how well we disguise ourselves. Okay, weak hit, so we can add +1. So we do it, but I just don't think there's that much around for us to be able to do it well. So we disguise ourselves, and we manage to hide our identity. And I think we enter the local tavern that definitely exists, as our new identity, which is most definitely Bob Bobson, son of Bob, or daughter of Bob. Bob Bobson, daughter of Bob. Yeah. So our our secret identity is definitely Bob Bobson, daughter of Bob. Oh, I love it. Okay, cool. So yeah, we work our way into the tavern, and there are people about, and I think we move our way up to the bar, and we pull some items from our travel sack, and I think this is part of the losing the supply as well, because I think 1 arrow for a supply is quite a lot. So I think this is part of it. So as part of it, we pull out some items that we kind of keep on us for barter, and we put them on the counter, and we say, "Hello, friend. I am Bob Bobson, daughter of Bob, and I would like a drink, please. Not just for me, for everyone. Another round on me." And she smiles. And everyone cheers, and they're happy that we've managed to work our way in. Right, that's part of our disguise. That was the paying of the barter. And we hang out and we chill for the night. And I think we want to try and find out who could take over for this town. Maybe if the sage has like an apprentice, or there's someone who's showing some sort of medical skill in the town. We want them because they're the people the rest of the town will actually follow. So let's see if we can find someone. So we are asking questions, but we're trying to be discreet about it as well. So let's roll. So roll plus wits. Another weak hit. We really can't get off. Well here. Okay, so on a weak hit, the information complicates your quest or introduces a new danger. Okay, I think the complication here is that there just isn't someone, right? Like, we're trying to find someone who isn't involved in the killing of the Maiden, but is also could be a potential leader for this town. I just don't think there is anyone like that. Like, we find one or the other, but not both. So I definitely think we managed to kind of more nail down exactly who was involved. So I think we can mark more progress on our vow, because we do make another leap towards it. We find out exactly, now we know exactly who was involved and who wasn't. So we know who we need to kill. And look, it might just come to us killing this whole town. It might be easier, but we're gonna try. We're gonna try not to. Okay. All right. So we. I think we find someone who is this. So this person is probably the sage's apprentice, and they were definitely involved, right? They were part of this plot that killed the Maiden. But I think we discover that this person is like ambitious, so we might be able to convince them to become the new leader of this town. We're gonna have to kill them at some point anyway, but they could still play to our goals here, right? Okay. So I think let's try and secure an advantage. So we're gonna basically we're gonna approach this person, and we're gonna ask them if they'll do this. We're gonna try and secure them as part of our plan. So let's roll it. So I think we approach them, and we say, let's get a name. Let's get a name for this person. Let's get another name for this person. That's my name. Kabira. Kabira, the Sage's apprentice. Oh, I'll put this here. Kabira, Sage's apprentice. And I approach and I say, I think I'm acting drunker than I am. And I've been buying people drinks. So I say, Kibera, is it? And she's had a few herself, and she's sitting off by herself, and she says, "Aye, it's me, one of the most valuable healers in town. How can I help you?" Um, and I smile a broad smile, and I say, if you are one of the most experienced uh, stops healers in the town, why are you not leading it? Why is it the sage? And let's roll. So when I secure an advantage, I think I'm trying to deceive them, right? No, I think with expertise, insight, or observation, plus wits. But I do get my +1 because I'm rolling with pretender. So let's go. So plus wits, is it? Yeah. So plus wits, and we get a +1. Strong hit, awesome. So our action die is better than both our challenge die, so it's a strong hit. So on a strong hit, take control, make another move, not a progress move, and add +1, or prepare to act, take 2 momentum. I'm gonna. So that's me convincing them. So my next move is gonna have to be to try and kill the leader of this town. So it doesn't really make sense for me to do the next move. So I'm gonna take 2 momentum. And we have this guy now. This guy is he's willing to work with us. Okay. So I think our next move. So we approach him and we say, why aren't you leading this town if you're so great? And I think we make him think it's his idea as well. Like I think we convince him that it's even his idea. That we should kill the sage and then he should take over, and we convince him that. I think we even convince, like we're talking to him and we say, if you don't, once you take control of this town, if you don't make amends for the killing of the maiden, who I can tell you was not a witch, the sea will drown your poor town. Take it away, sweep it off the map. And he nods. And I think we even make him think that I don't think he knows that we know he was involved. So I give him the list of names that I know, but I give him everyone but him. Okay, sweet. And then I leave. Right, I get back out of the town. I think we need to face danger again to like get out, but we're gonna get our plus because of the disguise this time. So, we're doing it with speed and agility, so we'll roll plus edge. Roll plus edge with our +1 because of our disguise, and we missed. Okay, so on a miss, you fail. or your progress is undermined by a dramatic and costly turn of events. Pay the price. All right, let's go to the where's pay the price? Is it a move or here we go? Fate moves. Pay the price. When you suffer the outcome of a move, choose one. Make the most obvious negative outcome happen. Envision 2 negative outcomes. Right, one is the bar, or follow the table. I think there's a pretty obvious. So we're caught, right? The town militia, who I think it's the militia. So I think the people responsible for the death of the maiden is the mayor or the sage's apprentice, and the town militia. I think are like all the people involved. So they catch us, right? One of them, we're about to sneak our way out. We make it to the same spot that the person saw us before, and one of them steps in front of us and says, Do you really think we wouldn't know it was you? The only person to walk into this town with iron arrowheads? Come on now. And he holds out his hand for my bow, right? He holds out his hand and he says, "Give me the bow." I step back, nod, raise my hands. Okay. And I pull out my bow and I hand it to him. I place it in his hand. And I say, although I really do think you should not have stepped in my way. And I reach up and I grab one of the arrows from the quiver. And I'm gonna face danger now. It's a combat move, enter the fray. So I'm gonna try and fight this guy who's caught me. So when I enter the fray, set the rank of each of your foes. I don't think this guy is difficult. I think this guy is probably just like a troublesome foe. So 3 progress per harm inflicts 1 harm, and then roll to determine who is in control. If you are facing off against your foe, roll plus heart. Moving into a position against an unaware foe, or striking without warning, roll plus shadow. Or ambush, roll plus wit. I think I'm striking without warning. I say you really shouldn't have stepped in my way. And I think he's still looking at my bow. Like it's a pretty impressive. Like it's like a long wood bow. But I think it's got like bone carved in it. It's a like a really fancy piece of work, and I think he's looking down at that. And I grab the arrow, and I'm gonna like stab him with it. So enter the fray. I'm gonna roll plus shadow. And I don't think I get my bonus from Pretender anymore, so that can go away. No, of course I'm mentioning my other bow. So let's roll. So we're rolling plus shadow to see if we can get this happening. So weak hit. So on a weak hit, choose one. Both of your position, take 2 momentum, or prepare to act. Take initiative. Alright, I'm going to take initiative. I'm going to take the initiative. When you have initiative and attack in close quarters, roll plus iron. Look, my iron, it's not very good. But I'm now in close combat with this guy. I don't have much of a choice. So I have the initiative. Let's attack in close quarters. Roll. So I think I actually need to go to the progress and make a new foe. So this is militia. How the fuck? How I've had a brain fart. how... Town Guard. Just Town Guard. It's fine. And I think he's just troublesome. He's nothing special, this guy. So I have initiative. And I'm gonna roll plus iron, unfortunately. I'm not very good at that, but... So let's roll plus iron. No modifier. And... Oh, shit. Okay, so this is something else. So I failed, right? Like my action dice didn't beat either of the complication dice, but even worse, the two complication dice are both sixes. Shit. So, matches. When you roll a match on your challenge die, if it was a miss, which this is, the match represents a heightened negative outcome, a complication, or new danger. I think more guards appear, right? Like the cries of our fighting. I think 2 more guards appear, and I think I'm still I still use the same progress, but it's going to move from troublesome to formidable because of that. So more guards arrive. Plus more. Town Guard plus more. Alright. So, what happens now? On a miss, your attack fails. You must pay the price. Okay, so I still have to pay the price. Pay the price when suffering the outcome of a move. Okay. Where is pay the price on here? Oh no, okay, so that's the negative outcome would be normal, right? Like we'd normally have a negative outcome. So I think normally like 1 more guard would come and I'd knock it from troublesome to dangerous. But because of the matches, it's a worse complication. So I've moved it from troublesome to formidable. I think that makes sense. Okay. And now my opponent, my foe, has the initiative. And you fight them in close quarters, roll plus... I'm in close quarters still. I need to get out of here. But I did set up earlier that if there was a commotion for Mira to come down and help. So she'll definitely be doing that. I'm gonna... Probably not this turn. Maybe next one. Let's see what it does. Okay. So she can't actually really help me that much in fight. I just need to get out of there and let her take the hit instead of me, basically. Okay, cool. That's fine. So, when your foe has initiative and you fight them in close quarters, roll plus iron. When you exchange a volley at range or shoot at an advancing foe, roll plus edge. So we're still in melee combat, so we have to roll plus iron. This is not what we want to be doing. And we score a weak hit. So on a weak hit, inflict your harm, but then pay the price. Your foe has the initiative. Okay. So I think the weak hit, the pay the price that I do here, so I inflict harm to them, right? I hurt them. So they're now a formidable foe. So 1 progress per harm. So damn, this is bad, right? This is gonna get bad for me real quick. So we get progress. We get 1 of these per every harm we do, and I think we're gonna pay the price here. To pay the price, the most obvious negative outcome. Yeah, I mean, they hurt us, right? They endure harm. When you face physical damage, suffer minus health equal to your foe's rank, or as appropriate for the situation. Okay, yeah, I mean they hurt me. So I Suffer minus health equal to your foe's rank, or as appropriate. So minus momentum, minus health, then roll plus health. Oh, then roll. Okay. Oh, okay. So that's. Oh, so that's after we hit 0. Okay. So we just. How much damage does this guy do? What is a formidable foe? Formidable inflicts 3 harm. So our health goes immediately from 5 to 2. And I think this is where Mira rocks up. And what I'm gonna try and do now is when you fight a battle, what happens? Blah, blah, blah. I think my companion rocks, a Mira rocks up, and I'm gonna step back. Oh, the guard still has my bow. Can I do anything to try and get that back? Secure an advantage, face danger, aid your ally, compel. Okay, I think we just have to clash again. So I'm gonna I have to stay in a fight. He's got my bow. Oh, god damn it. Okay. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna roll iron. Shit, okay, cool. So, this time, we rolled a 2, but they rolled double 1. So we succeed and we get a match. So on a match for a strong hit, this match represents a twist in the narrative, something interesting or a new opportunity. So I think, I think just the opposite happened. I think 2 of the guards run, right? So we win, right? So we, where is it? So clash. On a strong hit, inflict your harm and choose 1. You have the initiative. So boast your position. I'm going to inflict +1 harm. I'm going to inflict +1 harm. So against this guy, where is he? So 1 progress per harm. So I inflict 1 harm from hitting him. And maybe this is where Mira appears, and Mira like gets him too, and that's where the second harm comes from. So we mark 2 progress because we've hurt him twice, and I think the twist from the complication is that 2 of the guards, as quick as they came, they bolt it, they run. So the this town guard, his plus more is run away, but he's staying. We're fighting him now, and just him. And Mira's here beside me. This guy, we're gonna get him now. Let's so I have the initiative, so let's strike. So once again, we're rolling plus iron, unfortunately. Oh, actually, no, wait, I've changed my mind. So I'm gonna leave him as formidable, so his friends are still here, right? I think the twist, the opportunity, is that I get my bow back. So he's fighting, and I kept my hatchet and I swing, and as he ducks, I think he lets go of my bow, which I'm gonna snap up, take a step back, and I'm gonna shoot now. So striking, we have the initiative, and I'm gonna attack at range this time because now I have my bow, and Mira is fighting them. So now we get to roll plus edge instead. A weak hit. Okay, so on a weak hit, inflict your harm, but we lose our initiative. So we're going to inflict another progress here, and we're gonna clash this time. So I'm gonna roll edge again. No modifier. We get another weak hit. Wow, these opportunity dice are rolling really well, apart from when they're not, I guess. But we roll pretty well as well, so that's okay. So on a weak hit, we shoot and we inflict our harm. So we're going to inflict another harm here. But we pay the price, and the foe still has the initiative. And I think what makes the most sense here is that the mirror takes the hit. So mirror was on +4. She's now down to +1. So I'm gonna add a note here. Health +1. So the guards swing in, and this time they hit Mirror, and she's not quick enough to bring her shield up and block. So the blow hits, and it hits hard. And let's take another shot. Hell yeah! Okay, so we hit him again. We get a strong hit, which means I'm gonna do 2 harm again. We get another positive opportunity, and I think this time, it is that like the 2 of them run. So I'm going to drop the guard back down to troublesome, and it's just him again. The other 2 flee into the night away from the town. And let's have a look. So we can try to end the fight. So when you make a move to take decisive action and score a strong hit, you may resolve the outcome of the fight. If you do, okay. So I mean, I have, right. So when you make a move to take decisive action and score a strong hit, which is what we just done. We've just rolled clash and we've just scored a strong hit. If you do, roll the challenge dice and compare it to your progress. Momentum is ignored. Okay, so let's see what happens. So if we roll here, so our progress is 7. So we scored a weak hit. On a weak hit, as above, but you must also choose one. Okay, so we end the fight, right? This foe is no longer in the fight. They are killed, out of action, flee, or surrender as appropriate to the situation and your intent. Ask the oracle if unsure. So we kill him, right? We thread an arrow and we pull back, and I think that's why the other guards ran away, because we loose the arrow and it hits him straight in the eye, and he just goes over backwards, dead instantly. But we also have to either, it's worse than you thought, endure harm. So have a collateral damage, collateral. Yeah, I think we just endure stress. So like it was a stressful experience. We just had to fight and kill someone. So yeah, we'll endure stress. So when you face mental shock or despair, suffer minus spirit equal to your foe's rank as appropriate to the situation. Okay, so we are down 1. I think is what that reads. Yeah, we are down 1. 1 spirit, as we are forced to kill the guardsman. Okay. But the fight is over. We've won. The guardsman lay dead, his friends fleeing into the night, and we have won. We've been victorious. Cool. So I think so we have definitely progressed our vow here, right? We have definitely managed to proceed that forward. We found the sage's apprentice who is going to help us. He doesn't know that we're going to kill him after he helps us, but he'll help us. And yeah, so I think we have one more thing we need to do here, really. We need to kill the sage, right? We need to step back. We need to draw him into the open, and we need to put an arrow through his head. We should coup de grace this motherfucker. And then I think after we've done that, we can probably try and complete this. So let's give it a shot. I think it makes sense that we after this fight we retreat back from the town. We hide the body, because we have to. The two guards that fled from town, they won't be back in any time to try and help this at all. So I think we're going to. This was the plan all along, Matthias. So let's try and where are we? Let's try and secure an advantage. So we're gonna try and set ourselves up in a place where we can get a clear line of sight. We're gonna use probably Mirror to go down into the town and like help, like to try and get through. And actually, wait, you know what? You know what makes more sense first? We're injured now. Let's see what happens when we make a camp. So let's do that first. So when you rest and recover for several hours in the wild. So we're fucking off into the wilds, and we're going to hide, right? So let's do that. So we roll. We hide out in the wilderness to try and heal and rest. So when you rest and recover for several hours in the wild, roll plus supply. We rolled a miss. On a miss, you take no comfort. Pay the price. And I think the price is just we suffer more stress. That just makes sense to me. So we don't heal. We get more stressed, not less. Okay, sure. And then we're gonna head back into town. We're gonna try and secure our advantage to kill this man. So let's roll. So secure an advantage with speed, agility, or precision. I don't think so. I think with expertise, insight, and observation, we're trying to find a place to where we're going to be able to loose an arrow that will kill the sage. So let's do that. Yeah. Okay. So with insight, observation, and expertise, we are rolling with our expertise as a hunter. Thank you, Gaza. I hope it goes well too. So wits, roll plus wits. Okay. All right. So we fail. Right? On a miss, you fail or your assumptions betray you. Pay the price. I think honestly, okay, so we head down to the town. We set up our assassination on this person. And we send Mirror down to draw him out into the open. And I think the assumption that betrays us is the fact that we thought the Sage's apprentice was going to help us. Well, clearly he's not. So as Mirror enters the town, we see the entire town militia, the Sage's apprentice and the Sage, step out from from various buildings to confront her. And he I think we hear him call out. And he says, "Hunter, you thought you could come to my town and kill me? No. Show yourself, or your companion dies." So I have a choice now, right? I have a choice. Does Mirror live? So I think I think we see May looking down onto this village. We see. No, I think I know what she has to do. She's sworn a vow, man. We see Mira standing there. We see her draw her she pulls up her spear. She reaches behind her. She draws her shield. She knows what's coming. She knows who we are. She knows we swore this vow. She knows it has to happen. And I think I'm gonna let's roll to end this here. Let's roll to Mia. We what's our goal here, right? Let's do it. Let's see what happens. I think let's see what makes most sense. Do I want to try and just roll to end it here? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So yeah, I loose my arrow. And this is Mira's grand last stand. As I fulfill, well, hopefully fulfill our vow. So let's roll. So let's see what we have to do here. So, quest moves. Fulfill your vow. Once you achieve what you believe to be the fulfillment of your vow, roll the challenge dice and compare to your progress. Momentum is ignored. On a strong hit, your quest is complete. On a weak hit, there is more to be done. We realize that. So, if I get a strong hit here, I kill them, right? Mira dies. We've sacrificed Mira to this quest, right? No matter what, this is her last stand. But if I roll a strong hit here, whilst she's doing her great last stand moment, I managed to pick off and kill all those involved and manage to avenge the witch. If not, if I don't, then I might have to fight them after Mira. Well, I'll have to fight them after Mira dies. So let's see. Let's try it. Strong hit. Okay. Oh, I am really happy that happened because that's like the perfect result. Awesome. So what we see is we see Mira. She pulls out her shield, and she knows. And as she charges, she begins to charge forward, and we get the slow-mo shot of her charging forward, and my arrow passes, and we see her hair go like as the arrow like whooshes by. It embeds into the chest of the sage. Mira runs up. She smacks one of the guards aside with her shield, like stabs her spear through the next one. Another one of my arrows flies down and takes another guard off his feet. She spins, blood trailing from the edge of her spear, catches the sage's apprentice in the shoulder. He drops just as one of my arrows hits him in the chest as well. A guardsman. But as we're doing this, as I see this fight, I see a guardsman step up behind Mira and stab. His spear goes through her, but she's still alive. She's still fighting. She spins, smacking the guard of her shield, breaking the spear off as it still impales her. Turning, she kills the guard that kills her, that has impaled her as she drops to her knees. We see around her my arrows flying in and killing the remaining guardsmen. That's it. Mira falls to the ground and moves no more. She is surrounded by the dead, the guards, the sage, and the sage's apprentice, all bleeding into the mud. Probably like mud. It'd be disgusting mud. All right. So I've already lost my asset Mira. Mira has been killed already. She's already died. So I'm gonna remove it. It's no longer an asset I have, so I've lost the asset. It is Mira. She is hostile, quiet, and apathetic. Died in the fulfillment of my vow. But what a famous last stand it was. Okay. All right. This shithole of a town. Let's add some notes so I remember what happened in Mornland. I traveled to Mornland to avenge the death of the Maiden of the Seas. But the price for this vow was greater than most. My friend and loyal companion, Mira, died in the process. Maybe I could have saved her. Maybe her life was worth more than my vow. Maybe a better person would have. Maybe. All right. Cool. All right. Awesome. You know what? Good first session, guys. That was fun. I enjoyed that. So, what do? So, we have fulfilled our vow. On a strong hit, your quest is complete. Mark experience. So it was just a dangerous vow. So dangerous equals 2. So we mark 2 experience. Awesome. We have fulfilled our vow to avenge the maiden who saved us from the storm. Complete. I can't actually add more, so I will clear that. I might add a little note in here just so we kind of know, just so I have a record on my character as well, so I know what we've done. She dead. Complete. Then C. Mornland. All right. Awesome. We have 2 experience. We have fulfilled our vow. We have probably left this town to die because, you know, there ain't much left now. Awesome. Let's see. Actually, what can I spend? Let's see. What can I spend experience on? Let's see how experience works in this game. Credits. Nope, no credits. Table of contents. Harm, inflicting harm, stress, assets, oracles, experience. Experience. When you fulfill your vow, you gain experience. The amount of experience is based on the rank of the quest, ranging from 1 to 5 points. Mark an X on your character sheet for each point of experience you've earned. When you advance, see page 103, spend your experience to purchase assets or upgrade an asset. Replace the X with a filled-in dot. So, add a new asset, 3 experience, or upgrade an asset 2 experience. Okay, so I mean, I can't really do that right now. When you focus your skills, receive training, find inspiration, earn a reward, or gain a companion, you must pay 3 experience, add a new asset. Make this move. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can't do that right now because basically what I'm going to save that for is to try and get a new friend. Maybe. Maybe my character doesn't trust herself around friends anymore. I'm not sure. I'll figure that out. Anyway, I know that's where I'm going to leave it for today. I think that's a nice point of closure for Mira. I'm just going to note on a character. I will, Matt, don't worry. I'm going to do that before I go. On May, sorry. I'm going to note on here where she is, just so I know. Currently in Mournland. And I think next time we play, we will travel to see the leader of the hunters. I might make a note here as well. Hunters, a member of the hunters, a group dedicated to killing all those corrupted with the plague or magic. Awesome. So, thank you everyone for joining me. What I'm going to do before we go, because Matt is yelling at me in the chat. Let's see what happens. Awesome. Hell yeah, it works. So we've made up some tables, we've made up a little thing, but if we ever need to generate an NPC now, we have Avix Riva. She is disfigured, kind, and angry, a farmer, and I get the one name you put in wrong. There you go. Illyri Torrent, talented, armored, manipulative, a criminal, and wants to secure provisions. So we have this now. If we ever need to come into, and we'll make one up for towns as well. So if we ever need to come into contact with that, we have a little generator. We can just click, and then it gives us a fully fledged NPC, which is awesome. Thank you, Matt, for getting that set up. I appreciate that. Anyway, I hope everyone has enjoyed today's, I guess, session 0 and session 1 of Ironsworn Solo. I will continue this along with continuing the Ironsworn co-op. And if you are watching this on Twitch, hello, welcome. All of these are uploaded across on our YouTube, which I will get you a link for now. So if you want to head over and take a look at any of that, you can. The session 0 for the co-op session is already up on there, and this one will go up soon. Why can't I? Did that work? No, that's a W. Okay, weird. Matt's got it. So that's the link for the YouTube channel. So it's all up there. So our co-op session is up there, and if you wanted to see our world building for the world I'm using for the solo session, it's the same world we're using for the co-op session, and we did it during session 0 of the co-op session. So make sure you head over there and take a look. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope you will join me. If you are watching this on YouTube, this is all broadcasted on my Twitch channel, which will be linked in the description. So hopefully you'll be able to join us for whatever's next, the next session of Ironsworn Solo, or the Ironsworn co-op. Until then, peace.